Am I the asshole for throwing away my husband's Father's Day gift after what he did on Mother's Day?
No. I mean, I would have returned it and got my money back.
Got the money. Yeah, true.
Yeah. And then
got
just
yourself
got
a Mother's Day gift.
Because if he fucking blew it on Mother's Day, not that, you're getting them a gift and, gift giving is to give. It shouldn't be conditional.
To expect something back in return.
Yeah.
Fair.
But I understand being petty and being mad. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. If he absolutely blew it, he doesn't deserve the PS5 or whatever you bought him. So yeah, I don't blame you. I'll go not the asshole here.
All right. That's fair enough.
Just statistic wise, it seems like that's where it's going.
Let's see if you are correct. My husband and I have 2 kids, 6-year-old boy and 8-month-old girl. He told me for 2 weeks leading up to Mother's Day that he had an entire weekend planned for me.
Oh, brother.
This is not normal, but there's been years in the past where I did complain and feel hurt because he didn't really do much of anything for me on Mother's Day, but I always went all out for him on Father's Day, and I just felt unappreciated. So I'm thinking that he finally understood where I was coming from and was going to make it special for me this year. I quite literally only asked for a massage, and he repeatedly said he couldn't just give me a massage because that wasn't enough. So I don't know. At this point, I'm truly thinking this man went all out. Which, by the way, massages are good anytime. Throw a massage in whenever you can. You know what I mean?
Love a massage.
Yeah. Anyway, Friday rolls around and a bunch of people start showing up. He invited a good 10 to 15 people over. And I think I only knew about 2 people. He called it a Mother's Day bonfire. We had a fire all right, but I was the one who chased the kids around all evening, and in brackets my 6-year-old while holding the baby, and some other person's 2 kids because they weren't actively watching them.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck those kids.
Fuck those kids. I don't know how to read. Nope. Damn it.
Close enough.
Too many buttons now. I can't. And quite literally, no one spoke to me. I wasn't acknowledged until the very end of the evening, and that was by my husband's buddy, who told me that he was stealing my husband to go 4-wheeling. By this point, it's like 11 p.m., and everyone except me was drinking. I said my husband wasn't going anywhere. I even said to my husband that you're drinking and you're not going anywhere. He took that as, oh, I need to find a DD and then I can go. So he asked his neighbor to drive him around and took off with everyone. Could you imagine on Mother's Day?
What is going on? Brother, you threw a party for you on Mother's Day? Also, you left and made her clean, presumably made her clean up after everybody that is not her friend?
Probably. Probably watching the rest of the kids while they all go 4-wheeling.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Crazy. At this point, I'm extremely hurt because that was my promised weekend and I got stuck with other people's kids. Wasn't spoken to at all and had a mess to clean up, and now my husband is taking off. So you were correct on the mess part.
Bastard.
I explained how hurt I was the next morning. He said he gets it and apologizes and said he just had too much to drink and wasn't really thinking clearly.
You planned that. You planned the whole party, brother. Yep. What are you talking about? You don't know any of her friends? Do you not listen?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You don't know her friends. That's wild that you don't know her friends.
This is later on, but they've moved away from where they used to live, which I will get into. But
so then why throw the party in the first place?
Yeah. I mean, why throw a party for Mother's Day that isn't like immediate family? You know what I mean? To celebrate.
If they have a lot of close friends.
Sure.
Maybe.
But I just feel like
just a wild time to throw a bonfire party. I agree with you.
I just feel like that's not the what your wife asked for or was expecting.
Complete opposite of a massage.
Like complete a nice breakfast in bed, a massage,
I like to relax. All right, well, let's throw a bonfire rager where you watch everybody else's kids while we get drunk.
And all the drunk people acting like children.
Fucking asshole.
So he says he gets it and apologizes and said he just had too much to drink and wasn't really thinking clearly. Okay, I get it. It's whatever. We didn't do anything Saturday because he spent half the day sleeping off a hangover. So yesterday rolls around and his boss calls him at 6 a.m. and asks him to come into work because they are short-staffed, and he said yes.
On Sunday?
Yeah, this would be Sunday.
So on actual Mother's Day?
On actual Mother's Day, yep.
You bastard.
I expressed my hurt and said, but it's Mother's Day. And he says, I know, I'm sorry, I just don't want to pass up a opportunity for more hours, which I get that too, so whatever. He gets home at 5 p.m. and starts getting the kids dressed and ushered towards the door, so I'm thinking we're finally going to celebrate. We end up going on a walk. I love walking, but 5 minutes in and he's complaining and has us turn around because of the black flies. They weren't that bad, so again, I'm disappointed. When we get back home, he lays on the couch and says, oh, your gift is in the truck. So I go down and it's a $5 storage container for sugar and flour.
Bitch, this guy didn't even bring you the goddamn gift. He made you walk to the truck.
Probably didn't wrap it.
Probably have the price tag still on there.
Probably. Yeah. Well, she knew exactly it was $5, so that I can only guess.
That's true. You fucking piece of shit.
I do like stuff like this, but I'm so hurt at this point. I asked him if I could at least get a massage, and he says, I'm sorry, babe, I'm just so tired, and falls asleep around 8 p.m. when he usually doesn't go to bed until midnight/1 a.m.
Fuck you, man.
So she didn't even get the one thing she asked for. I just sat there crying. I took the 3 gifts that I already bought him for Father's Day and chucked them into the trash can. Personalized item that cost me more than I wanted to admit, but I don't even care anymore. He found them in the garbage this morning and asked me what they were and why they were in the trash covered in food. And I told him that they were his Father's Day gifts and left it at that. He's now saying that he tried to make my weekend special and he's hurt by me throwing away his gifts in retaliation against him for it not turning out the way he wanted it to. So am I the asshole?
No. No,
Not at
absolutely
all.
fucking not. He spent the whole weekend, well, before the weekend, he spent 2 weeks fucking buttering you up for a great weekend and then failed on all accounts.
Yeah.
Tried to surprise you with a party where you don't know anyone, and he did not make sure that you were having a good time. He made sure that he got a lot to drink in, but, you know, paid you no mind during your own party, supposedly your own party.
Supposedly.
And then fucking worked on Mother's Day and then bought her a shitty gift and made her walk out to go get the shitty gift herself.
Yeah.
Didn't even have the decency to... Which
Get the
made me
fuck
think
up.
you fucking bought it right after working your shift on Mother's
Oh,
Day.
100% he did, Sean. What are you talking about?
So it's just all around bad.
Yeah.
The only way I could see him thinking the party was a good idea with the context that you said is that they moved away from everyone they know. Maybe he threw it with the idea of, you know, these are his friends, but maybe it's a chance for his wife to get to know them or maybe get to know their partners.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the intention, but immediately getting drunk and not like making sure she's having a good time at her own event
And watching
is
his
so
own kids.
fucking terrible. And watching your own the least you could do is watch your own goddamn children.
Yeah.
And make sure that,
Exactly.
you know, she's getting the chance to fucking socialize, which you know, when I give you the benefit of the doubt, that was your intention for this, was
Yeah.
for her to socialize. But I'm not so sure given how the rest of the story went. But yeah, I don't know. OP, you're definitely not to blame. Feels good to be right twice.
You did it. Does it feel good?
It does feel good. It does feel good. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Not the asshole. Like, at this point, I'm like, why are you with someone that doesn't clearly care about you?
At all.
It sounds like this isn't the first Mother's Day he's done this.
Mm-hmm.
I would hazard to guess it's not going to be the last if this has been brought up many times before.
Yeah.
So I
This
don't
is
know.
this is him trying, which is bad news.
Yeah.
Very bad news.
Definitely bad news. So I don't have hope for this relationship. And I think you should probably look into, I mean, if you really wanted to and he really wanted to put in the effort, marriage counseling's there, but
Yeah, I think marriage counseling. This is pretty goddamn close to divorce. But yeah, I think it could be saved if he puts in an effort, like actual effort.
and the one thing I will say is like letting him slide with all the being like, okay, I get it. Like I think you're showing him too much empathy in certain scenarios where you're just letting it go, where you probably shouldn't. I get it. Again, it's not your place to mother him and explain word for word, like he shouldn't go to work because it's Mother's Day. He should know that.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're letting yourself down if you let him slide with those things. So that's my only thing.
I can see that. Yeah, for sure.
And Reddit said not the asshole, because of course. Scary Midscore Cycle 1508 said not the asshole, but please, for the love of everything, stop making excuses. Quote, he said he drank too much. Okay, I get it. He said, I just don't want to pass on hours. I get it. Sit him down and tell him what an utter disappointment this Mother's Day was, because all he did was do things he wanted to do and that were fun for him. That left you with the children to wrangle that weren't even yours on a day that should be celebrating you. Well, he did things that he wanted to do.
So crazy to leave to go four-wheeling.
Yeah, at 11 p.m. drunk.
While your wife cleans up her own party.
Trails, yeah, and this is where... So OP responds to a couple of these ones here. Trailsia says, not the asshole. Is he always like this? Because then stop having more kids with this guy. To which OP says, he wasn't always like this, no. I mean, Mother's Day has always been a bit of a disappointment, but he was super present and attentive and just all around good guy in other ways, so it kind of made up for it. But last year, when I was pregnant, we ended up having to move on short notice because our landlord sold the property. We weren't aware that she was selling it, and we only had 30 days to leave.
What a fucking bastard.
Should be illegal.
Should be.
The only place we could find was in his hometown, 2 hours from where we lived. Ever since we got back and he's surrounded with his childhood friends, everything has seemed to gone south. It's a small town and extremely wooded, so basically him and his buddies just drink and go out four-wheeling all the time, and it sucks. Because he was just never that person before. I feel like the 8 years we've been together was all a lie at this point.
Okay, so I thought they moved far away. 2 hours? You can't take your wife 2 hours to be around her friends?
Yeah.
Brother, not that hard to do.
No.
Get her a massage, and then while she's all sleepy and tired after the massage, drive her the 2 hours to be with her friends. 1,000 times better than your idea. Just what is going through this guy's head? It's crazy.
Not much.
Not much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is for me, this is I mean, it sounds like he might have been fine early on and has gone downhill slowly.
He needs a talking to at this point, for sure.
Yeah.
Be like, look, sit down, communicate. It's been, our time here has been bad for our marriage.
And I will leave you if you don't shape up.
And I'm almost out the fucking door.
Yeah.
Therapy.